Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk some more on relationships, and the reason is, as I've been thinking on this, on what it is that makes relationships work. Now, I'm just talking about relationships in general. And what I've came to the conclusion, like I say, I've got good people skills. I love people, and I get along with people, and not everybody, but most people. One thing I've noticed, I get along with good moral people that live and have morals. Those people, I just click right with them, and I'm trying to figure out, why is that? How? And the people that are, lack of another word, evil, they really dislike me. I mean, they really dislike me a lot, and they don't even know me. And there's been some places that I've gone that these people dislike me, and we can't even speak the same language. So it's not like I had a chance to insult them, in any way. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. And what I've learned, or what I haven't learned it yet, now I'm putting it in practice. I'm looking at all of the relationships I've had. And I've told you, I can meet someone one time. There's many people that I know I've only met one time, and we've got a good, strong relationship. And why is that? How does that happen? And what I've determined, I've looked at it, is my attitude towards everybody is, what can I do for you? What can I do to make your life better? And in other words, I look for ways to satisfy a need of yours. Now, that could be something like, remember I talked about the bribing and, what do you call it, bartering. And the thing is, you don't look at things with a dollar value. You look at things as, is it going to satisfy a need of mine? And that's why I showed you all the stuff that I use for bartering and bribing. And like I say, people, when they see it, they look at it, and in their minds they're saying, I need this. So what I'm doing is I'm satisfying a need. So, and after I started looking at it like that, I thought, well, that really does apply to all of my friends, all the people that I know. Even though I've only seen them one time, we were able to bond and come together because we had a need. I fulfilled a need for them, and they fulfilled a need for me. Now, and that's why, and I'm thinking, okay, how does this, so everybody's providing a need for me? What do I need? And then I realized, when I talked about it, but I've owned restaurants. And what I did is I provided food for these people. They were hungry. They come in cranky and nasty, and then I provided a need for them, and that was food. So I took care of the food, and then now how are they going to provide a need for me? They gave me money for the food. See, so that's a simple way of looking at things. Now, what that was a starting of a relationship. They trusted me to give them food that wasn't going to make them sick, and it's going to give them more strength, improve their lives. And so, and then after I provided that, then they provided me with money so I could improve my life. So So providing a need for each other is what makes a relationship. And it goes on more and more. You look for ways providing a need. I thought about it even with my wife. I thought, well, so, because like I said, we were arranged marriage. We couldn't even speak the same language when we got married. So why is it we were able to form such a good, strong relationship that lasted for years and years, 41 years? And how could we do that? Why? She provided a need for me. I provided a need for her. Now, yes, we're 22 years old, so our needs, we didn't even know what our needs were at that time. But like I say, she did provide a need for me. As I got older, I realized the need she provided for me. She cooked food, did the laundry, she took care of me. That's it. She took care of me. Look at all the ways she took care of me. And then I'm thinking, well, what did I do? I didn't provide her with nothing. Then I think, no, I've owned businesses. So I've provided her with work. I provided her with money. And most of all, I provided her with the security of knowing that I'm going to be there all the time. And she provided that with me too. We gave each other emotional support. We looked for things to help the other person to improve their lives. I mean, look at all the stuff I did. Do you think I did all this because I'm smart? No. She provided me the conditions where I could do things. And as she learned what my abilities were, she provided me more opportunity. She didn't say, well, you need to stay home, sit on the couch and watch TV. No, she didn't do that. So we provided each other with emotional needs. We satisfied each other's emotional needs. And now, yes, that's the extremes. I understand that. But what it is, it's the same thing applies to my friends. I mean, the friends that I see most of. I provide them with something. And I'm thinking, well, what is it I provide my friends with? Well, one thing, when I come back from the United States, I provide them with barter bribing stuff. I showed you my stuff that I use. I always give them something when I come back. So, boy, so that means you just buy your friends? No. Because when I need something, I ask my friends, where do I get my car fixed? How do I cash a check? How do I, just, they provide me with things like I provide them with things. And we can't even talk. So that's my friends down here. And then I'm thinking about, well, my friends in the United States, what is the story on that? We talk. We provide each other emotional support. That's why we throw ideas back and forth at each other. That's why it's important, the communications. You hear women talk about communications all the time. What they're saying is they need the emotional support, and that is listen to me and talk to me. So we understand each other. Why do we need to understand each other? So we know where you can help the other person. And then when you hear this, and then that's what she means when she says you're not listening, because she is telling you her emotional needs or physical needs or whatever. And most times physical needs don't mean nothing. So I've noticed that now. When I'm looking at women now, the material needs, I'll tell you, I'm looking for women now that already own a house. They own a house, they got a job, or if they don't have a job, they don't want a job. It's okay. They've prepared themselves for whatever situation they're in. And so I'm thinking, well, what do I have to provide them? And then that's when I realized it's the emotional need. They have an emotional need, just like me. Same thing. what are you going to provide me? Just a roof over my head, but I don't even need that, hell, I got a hotel, so, we need to figure out what kind of needs our friends or our spouse or anybody, you provide a need. You figure out what kind of need you can provide for them. And that's how you make a relationship. I mean, that's just a general relationship. Now we're talking about a loving relationship. In other words, you and your boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing, you have to figure out what you need to do to fulfill their loving relationship. And that doesn't necessarily mean sex. And that's something that I finally realized, but because it's that touch, holding hands, the kissing, the cuddling. This is, and I've done it all anyway. That's another reason why I had such a good relationship. We did this. I didn't realize the importance of what it was. I was fulfilling a need. I mean, and I realize it now because there's times when, like I say, I remember we would have some tough times. And just my wife holding my hand and giving me a squeeze was all I needed. And that's why now, in my point in my life now, like I say, relationships are different. And loving relationships are different. And like I say, now I'm more experienced, so even my relationships with friends, like I say, people, I say when I'm traveling, I don't know these people, I'll probably never see them again. But I'm still able to make some kind of relationship, even though it might be only 5 minutes that I'm with them. So, and the more time you are with them, like I say, if I end up working on them, I'm providing a need. They've got some pain. I take away their pain. I provide a need. Now in exchange, they'll give me a place to stay for the night, something to eat. Okay, they satisfied a need. So we're giving each other. We're satisfying needs for each other, and that's what makes the relationship. And I say that's why I like it when I provide a need, take away your pain, you give me money, okay, good. But if I'm traveling and stuff like that, I provide the same need, I take away your pain, and then what do? You talk to me, you give me advice, you help me understand. If I'm in a foreign country and don't know where I'm at and stuff, I mean, a lot of times, and then these people protect me. I mean, they know there's people that'll take advantage of me because I'm traveling through. And what they do, I've had people go with me to the border, and whenever I'm stopped, they will stop with me and talk to the people that are stopping me. So what it is, we look to satisfy needs for others is the way you strengthen a relationship. And that's why the more difficulties you have, and you're able to get through with each other, then your bond gets even stronger. And that's what makes the marriages so strong. Each hardship you go through, it brings your relationship closer together. And so you need to focus on what can you do for others. And that's why I tell people I serve others. I didn't realize what the serving others really meant. I know I like to serve others. I enjoy it, and people feel good when I serve them, and I serve them in different ways. And that's another thing when there's women think, well, it's equal rights. I want to be the same as that. No. Satisfy me like a man, and then I'll treat you like a man, and I will satisfy you like you need to be treated as a woman. I mean, you open doors, you're doing all these kind of, doing polite things and caressing them and stuff like that. I don't want to be equal. Act like a woman. I'll act like a man. When my men friends, I'll act like a man. I expect you to act like a man. And I say that. Manning up is not always easy. So that's why you have other men, and that's why you need to have good men around you. But we have to take care of each other's needs. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.